and those weird small countries like oil platforms which claim to be in the south inside Italy, San Marino, an enclosed region inside of Italy, surrounded by it on all fronts. At just over 61 square kilometers, it's also known as the most serene Republic of San Marino, and it is the world's fifth smallest country. Having a population of 33,000 people, they claim to be the world's oldest republic. The name of the country comes from Saint Marinus, a stonemason which came from a Roman colony in Croatia. According to this tale, in 257 AD, this man helped rebuild the region which had been attacked by pirates, and he then went on to proclaim an independent community in 301 AD. Therefore, they claim to be both the world's oldest republic, but also the world's oldest continuous state. It is ruled by a constitution which dates back to the 16th century, also being seen as the country with the oldest or some of the oldest written governing documents still in effect. When it comes to GDP per capita, it's amongst the world's richest countries, with a stable economy, low unemployment, no national debt, and a budget surplus. An interesting fact about it is that it has more cars than it has people. The fourth smallest country is Tuvalu, formerly known as Ellis Islands, which is an independent nation within the British Commonwealth. With 10,000 people, only 8 kilometers of roads, and 26 square kilometers spread over 3 reef islands and 6 atolls. It has beautiful beaches and would be very fitting for tourism, but due to its location northeast of Australia, tourism isn't a big part of their economy. Apparently, in 2010, less than 2,000 visitors came to the island. And now we get into the top 3 smallest countries in the world. At number 3, Nauru. It was formerly known as Pleasant Island, but is now the Republic of Nauru, located in the Central Pacific Ocean, part of the Micronesia area. It's the 3rd smallest country in the world, but it is the smallest island state in the world and also the world's smallest republic, with only 11,347 people living in its 21 square kilometers. It was settled by Polynesians and Micronesians in around 1000 BC, then becoming a German colony in the 1800s. These days it's independent, but it relies heavily on Australian aid, therefore being viewed by many as a client state of Australia. In second place, Monaco, a sovereign city-state/country located in the French Riviera. France surrounds the country throughout all of its land border, being on the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. It has an area of just over 2 square kilometers, with around 39,000 people, making it the most densely populated sovereign state in the world. At only 2 square kilometers, it's small, but it used to be smaller. In 2005, the area of the country was only 1,974 square kilometers, having been increased by 20% through land reclamation techniques. It's a constitutional monarchy with Prince Albert II as head of state, being very impressive that his dynasty, the House of Grimaldi, has ruled Monaco since 1297, with only a few brief interruptions. Having its independence officially recognized by France in 1861, it's well known as a haven for rich people because of its tax laws, and the latest survey in 2014 pointed to 30% of the population being millionaires. And finally, the world's smallest country is Vatican City. The Vatican is an independent city-state enclaved within Rome, Italy. It became officially independent in its current form in 1929 with the Lateran Treaty, and is now under the control of the Holy See, meaning that the Catholic Church, which has the Pope at the top of its hierarchy, controls the region. Therefore, it's a theocracy, and technically the Pope is the Bishop of Rome at the same time. It has just around 1,000 people, being the smallest state in the world in both population and area, with only 0.44 square kilometers. According to the Lateran Treaty, the Vatican City is seen as a new creation and not as a successor or a new version of the old and much larger papal states, which existed from 756 to 1870. They used the euro despite not being a member of the EU, and most of its economy is supported by the sale of souvenirs, admission fees, general income of the Catholic Church, and the contributions of the members of the Church. And those were the 10 smallest countries in the world. Like I mentioned in the beginning, there are a few other independent or autonomous regions which might technically make it in this list, but I wanted to focus on these which are closer or are actual countries rather than those other ones. Thank you to